And welcome in, everybody. Glad you're with us. We've got baseball on the show. It's the Colorado Rockies taking on the Philadelphia Phillies. Alongside Chris Singleton, I'm John Shambi. And Singy, here in Philadelphia, the hometown fans are excited.
This is one of the best places to play when you're playing well. No one more passionate than these Philadelphia Phillies fans. And this ballpark's still one of the most beautiful parks in all of baseball.
Festivities are wrapping up. This place is rocking. The home opener is coming up next. Coming up on the first pitch, and today's starting pitcher, Aaron Nola. What do we need to know here about the right-hander?
Try to stay back for that power changeup. Speed differential between the fastball and the changeup is huge. Hitters, they have a hard time staying back.
So in now for Colorado, Brenton Doyle. Pitch misses there, and that's ball one.
Good spot there, but didn't get the strike at the knees and doesn't seem too convinced by the call out there on the mound as he tries to get a better sense of the umpire strike zone.
That's to third. Boom. Throws on to first. One out in the top of the first. Time to check out the Rockies lineup. And Singy, I'm a bit surprised to see this many righties in a lineup against a right-hander.
Yeah, you're not the only one, Boog. I'm a bit surprised as well. And, some hitters work well against same-handed pitching. Just back in 2024, Bobby Witt Jr., Vlad Guerrero Jr., and Aaron Judge all had higher batting averages against righties than they did against lefties. So maybe they got a plan after all.
Ezekiel Tovar, the next to hit, takes ball one. Sliced hard but foul. That's to third. Boom. 2 up, 2 down. Two outs, base is empty. Ryan McMahon steps to the plate. McMahon measures 6 feet 2 inches, 220 pounds, and he was a second-round pick back in 2013.
A defensive swing right there. Some cheese on the inside part of the plate. Bet the hands are still stinging after that one.
Swing and a miss. Struck him out. And good work there as he gets a 1-2-3. Nothing doing for the Rockies. Phillies coming up to hit. No score. Major League Baseball is on the show. Back here, Citizens Bank Park. On the hill here today, Kyle Freeland.
It's always interesting to see how he utilizes all of his pitches and how many of those he has a good feel for on that given day. When he's right, he's really able to keep hitters guessing, and all of his stuff seems to be coming out of the same arm slot, the same tunnel, and that can make life very difficult on his opponents.
Ready to go for the last half of the inning. So here's the Phillies DH, Kyle Schwarber. That one misses. 1-0. And a pitch. And another ball.
2-0.
That one fouled off. 2-2. Swing and a ground ball, and that's just foul. To the right side, Freeman. On to first. Schwarber out of the play. And time now for the Phillies lineup. And the challenge for this lineup today, Singy, finding a way to have success against the sinker ball.
Yeah, it's a tough pitch to hit, Boog, and even harder to elevate. Got to set your sights a little bit higher when you're at the dish. They're struggling with it. I'd expect them to make some type of adjustment. It won't take long to see how well that sinker is working today.
Alec Bowl stands in now and watches strike one.
Definitely not a pitch location you're expecting up there as a hitter when you know the guy's got a good sinker ball. If he can get in that location, boy, you've got to look top to bottom, and that's going to make it very difficult to hit.
Swing and a miss. Going to count 1 and 2.
This guy's got such a good sinker. As a hitter, you've got to look up in the zone. If you look down, you're going to be chasing stuff in the dirt.
On the ground to third, and it goes just foul. One, two now. Backed off the plate that time.
This guy's a fun guy to watch taking at bat. He just battles up there. He doesn't take a pitch off at all. Makes it so difficult on the pitchers out there. You can tell they get frustrated with how long it takes to put him away.
On the ground, Tolia. And he takes it himself for the out.
Batting third, first baseman, Bryce Harper.
2 down, bases empty. And here's the first baseman, Bryce Harper. Obviously a guy who makes good contact, hits for average. But one of the things in today's game, the value in the fact that he hits both righties and lefties. There's a strike. They're so reliant on the matchups nowadays, Chris, and it's huge when you don't have to sit a guy or platoon him.
When you can hit, both sides in terms of pitchers' arms, you're a guy that it's hard to take out of the lineup, and I think it's very...
Well, got to pause on that thought, as that'll do it for the inning. Scoreless after 1. Back here in Philadelphia, new inning getting started. And now Hunter Goodman. Nola back to work. And a strike. And it's even up. Assigned to home plate duty is Ricky Holiday.
Boog, and something I've heard players saying about Ricky's strike zone is how he will call the high strike. That could be something that's tough to deal with, especially if you've got a pitcher out there coming at you with high velocity.
And a breaking ball misses outside. Swing and a pop-up in foul ground. Catcher tosses the mask, settles under it, hauls it in for the out. Here's Michael Tolia.
Taken high in the draft, he's had that top prospect label over him since he put on a professional uniform. But at some point, that starts to go away, and you've got to produce at the big league level.
First pitch just misses.
I think it's very important to establish the inside part of the plate early. Sets the tone for the rest of the game.
1 out, bases empty. And there's a ball.
2 balls, no strikes.
And that's off the inside edge. And now 3-0. That just missed. He walked him on 4 pitches. And that's how they get their first base runner of the game.
Well, just came apart right there. 4-pitch walk, and guy at the plate was not going to help him out by swinging at something out of the zone.
Nick Martini will hit. Runner on the move. The throw, tag, and he's out.
Not a fast runner on the base path, so this kind of looks like it was a hit and run call from the dugout. Got to make contact some way or somehow, because that guy's not going to be able to steal second base and be safe.
2 outs, base is empty. Next offering is in for a strike. And a swing and a miss. Down on strikes. And it's a 3-up, 3-down inning. Rockies are down quietly. We'll go to the bottom of the second. No score. Welcome back to Citizens Bank Park, where these Phillies fans are geared up for another season. Their postseason run was cut short after they ran into a red-hot Mets team in the NLDS.
Yeah, that was a tough series to swallow for these fans. Phillies were good all year, but they couldn't cool down the Mets when it mattered most.
And that one is lifted in the air. Can't get there, and now maybe extra bases. The throw into second easily with a leadoff double.
He was all over that one. That pretty much split the zone down the middle, and those are the ones where you got to make them pay. Runner in scoring position now, and a good opportunity to push across the first run of the ballgame.
So the go-ahead run in scoring position. This is Bryson Stott. High fly ball lifted in the air, right field. Drops into the glove. Runner tags at second, and he's in safely at third with 1 out.
That is it. Shortstop, Edmundo Sosa.
And here is Sosa to the plate.
Fly ball to the outfield for a sac fly. Soft ground ball to the right side. Find a hole. He can attack this a few ways, but the one thing he can't do is strike out.
Pitch misses. Ball 1.
1-0.
No score here in the second. That one misses, and the count is 2-0. That breaking ball drops in for a strike.
Well, he had a pretty good look at that pitch and not sure exactly what tied him up there. Couldn't pull the trigger. And perhaps the best pitch you'll see in this at-bat to hit.
And a base hit, and they take the lead.
Well, that's a lonely feeling for an outfielder. The read wasn't great, and it really hurts when it costs your team a run.
One down. Here's the left fielder, Brandon Marsh. Freeland throws over, and he dives back in safely. First pitch, and that's in for a strike. Sosa at first, 1 gone. That one missed.
1 strike.
I wouldn't throw him another breaking ball. Try to go again with the fastball, slightly elevated. He just is having a hard time catching up.
Fouls it off, still 1-2. Right back to the mound. Could be an easy 2. 1 at second. What a double play that was. Inning over. But they pick up 1 run on the RBI single. It's now 1-0. It's Major League Baseball, and it's on the show. All set for the start of the inning. Now the left fielder, Jordan Beck. There's the strike. And that one pulled foul. In the air, left field, down the line. That one gets down for a hit. And a good start to the inning. Jacob Stallings now.
Jacob Stallings.
And he takes one right on the black. And it's 0-1. In the air, center field. Calls it in, and there's one away. Here's Tyler Freeman to hit. Looking for his first big league hit right here.
Nola's a guy that can rack up a lot of strikeouts throughout the year, Boog. He's got multiple seasons with 200-plus Ks and a pitch arsenal that leaves most hitters frustrated as they walk back to the dugout.
Check swing. He went too far, and it's a strike.
0-2.
Runner on the go. That's a base hit. And they'll have runners at the corners after a one-out single.
Well, that certainly feels good when you can win the at-bat after being down in the count, up against it with 2 strikes right there. I love that swing, and I'm sure his hitting coach does even more. Took a pitch right on the low outside corner of the zone and just ripped it for a base hit. And that's easier said than done.
So the Rockies lineup turns over. And now the center fielder, Brenton Doyle. Grounder might be 2. To second, that's 1. Got him. The double play cuts down the potential tying run.
Well, the second baseman made that one look easy. Great feed to the shortstop. Shortstop completes the play. They get out of a jam, and they end the inning.
And welcome back to the ballpark. Bottom of the inning. And now here's a speed threat. Outfielder, Johan Rojas. And ball
That's off
one.
the plate.
And a foul ball. That's outside. Ball 2. Fouled off down the right side. Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball. And lifted in the air. Doyle on his way over. No trouble here. Puts it away for the out. And there's one down. Here's the catcher, Rafael Marchand. A switch hitter batting right. And that's in the dirt.
Counts 1-0.
He Swings and fouls one off. One down, base is empty. Popped up to the left, into foul ground. He's there. He's got it. 2 away now.
Now batting, designated hitter, Kyle.
So the Philly batting order turns over, and Kyle Schwarber will come up. Grounded out his first time up. Base knock, center field. Now he'll turn for second. And that's a 2-bagger.
Went up there looking to be aggressive and got something he could handle. Challenged him with the fastball right in the heart of the zone, and he was clearly ready to jump all over it.
So runner at second, 2 down. And here comes Alec Bohm. 0 for 1. He grounded out in his first at bat. Check swing, called strike. Swing and a miss.
Another 0-2 count right here. Pitcher just in the driver's seat. He can go anywhere he wants to go right here.
Outside. Runner at second, 2 down. Here in the last half of the third. Swing and a miss, and that is that. So no runs here on a base hit, no errors, and 1 left. On to inning number 4. It's the Phillies 1 and the Rockies nothing. And we're back. John Sciambi with Chris Singleton, and set to lead off the 4th, Ezequiel Tovar. Just missed. Tovar measures 6 feet even, 23 years old, and he was born in Venezuela. And there's a foul ball. Nola fires. Swings and misses. 1 and 2.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Stays alive. That's foul off to the right side. Keeps the AB going.
That's ball 2.
And it remains 2 and 2. That one ripped. That's back there. That's down. One hops off the wall. And the tying runs at second base with a double.
Just a great at bat right there. Saw a lot of pitches. Man, that feels so good to shoot an absolute bolt the opposite way. Split the gap and know that you've got extra bases right off the bat. That's the kind of thing hitters dream about when they're falling asleep at night.
Here's Ryan McMahon now.
Struck out on just 3 pitches last time.
Bounding ball here, rolls foul.
Well, here's a good opportunity in this inning to get on the scoreboard after that leadoff hit, and hardly order coming up right behind them. This is where they need to get going.
Man at second.
1-1.
In the dirt, but kept close. And it's a ball and a strike as the runner holds. And now 2 balls and a strike. Tovar at second with nobody out. Next pitch is outside.
Oh, they have had a hard time scoring in this one. The pitcher out there on the mound wants to keep attacking, make sure that they don't get any confidence.
Next offering in there for a strike. And it's 3-2. Runner in scoring position, nobody out. Top half of inning number 4. Got him. And he's registered 3 Ks in this one.
Thought it was a pretty good pitch. Top of the strike zone. We're seeing more fastballs in that location. Hitters, especially with 2 strikes, have to be ready to pull the trigger.
And next is the designated hitter, Hunter Goodman. He's 0 for 1. And the first pitch misses for ball 1. Runner at second here, 1 gone. And another ball. Hard grounder into the outfield for a knock. Coming home. He'll score easily.
Well, we're starting over again, all tied up. Smash that one through the infield for the knock. When it's hit that hard, it makes it very tough on the infielders to make any sort of play.
Next to hit for the Rockies, Michael Tolia. Walked his first time. Fastball gets the corner at the knees. One out and a runner at second. And that is out of play. Inside. And a count 1-2. That's down and in.
2-2 to count.
Foul ball, another 2-2 upcoming. Hacks and misses. It's a strikeout.
Bogey just ran out of patience there. He took a couple of pitches to even that count up at 2 balls and 2 strikes, but that time chased outside the zone.
So the go-ahead run in scoring position. Nick Martini digging in for the Rockies. Outside. Ball 1. Two outs and 1 in scoring position. Right through there for a strike. close one doesn't get the call. And it's 2-1. Yeah, that's fouled off. Laboring here. About to throw his 30th pitch of the inning. That one is absolutely belted. And it looks like trouble. The run comes in from second. It's 2-1.
Comes through with the RBI. Off the bat, it was headed for the gap all the way. And as a hitter, you love seeing those as you take your first couple of steps out of the box. You know you've got some real estate to run on. It's such a good feeling. Nice liner into the gap right there.
So, runner at second, 2 down. Beck getting ready to hit. 1 for 1 with a single so far. That misses the zone, and that is ball 1. Two outs. And a ground ball to first. He steps on the bag. That ends the inning, and they limit the damage. They get 2 runs on 3 hits, no errors, and 1 left. We're midway in the 4th. It's the Rockies 2 and the Phillies 1. Bottom 4, now at the plate, Bryce Harper.
Well, after putting up a nice inning on offense, got some runs across, this is where you look for the starter to go out there, have a shutdown inning. Don't give that other team any hope. You just hope that he can get through this inning, get the bats back up there while they're hot. Well, the offense has gotten going, and a pitcher wants to go out there, have a real quick inning, get those guys back into the dugout so those bats can stay hot.
Just missed. And that one missing low.
2 balls, 1 strike.
On the inside corner for a strike. On the ground to first, and foul ball. Still 2-2 after the foul ball.
Really great change of speeds. He goes off the off speed to the fastball, and the hitter doesn't know what's coming next.
Spoils that one, and it remains 2-2. Battling here as he fouls it away. Swings through that one. It's a strikeout.
Wow, just great bite to that slider. Broke hard out of the zone, and he just couldn't hold up the swing. You know, as a hitter, that pitch is really hard to take, and there's just not much you can do with it. You know that, but you don't want to get rung up by the umpire.
Castellanos in the box here. Lets that one go for a ball.
Tried to backdoor him with that slider right there, but just missed off the plate. Good pitch, though.
That one finds the zone, and 1-1.
Outside.
Looks like he's being a little cautious with him in this at bat after doubling the first time up. Doesn't want to make another mistake.
Home team down a run. We're here in the bottom of the 4th. And a rope into center field, base hit.
Now batting, second baseman.
One gone, runner at first. Now it's the second baseman, Bryson Stott. Liner, and this could be trouble. Castellanos headed for third. Headed for the plate. The relay, and he's out.
A lot of real estate to cover on that play defensively. A long throw to the cutoff man, and then a lot of ground to make up as well on the relay. But an excellent job of execution and getting that out at the dish as he tried to make it home all the way from first base.
Stepping in, Edmundo Sosa. RBI single his last time up. And there's a strike. Stop on at second with 2 down. Tovar. That ends the frame. So no runs, 2 hits, no errors, and 1 left on base. We've played 4. It's the Rockies 2 and the Phillies 1. Back at Citizens Bank Park, we go to the top of the 5th, and now the catcher comes up to hit. Jacob Stallings. Nola back to work. Inside, nope. Just inside. Missed. Swing and a miss. And now it's even 1-1.
Threw that fastball right by him, slightly elevated. That's a confidence boost for this guy out there on the mound. We'll see if he continues to climb the ladder.
Tosses to first. They get the out on Stallings.
Up next for Colorado, second baseman Tyler Freeman.
Next for Colorado, Tyler Freeman.
Boog, I never got to play at Citizens Bank Park in my career, just the old Veteran Stadium in Philadelphia, but the crowds here are just as energetic now as they were at that old park. And trust me, as an outfielder visiting town, you're going to hear it from the fans out there in the bleachers.
Next offering is in for a strike. And they'll do it again.
That wasn't an easy pitch to hit. It's much easier to do damage against mistakes, but that's not what that pitch was.
And down on strikes. Now 5 strikeouts for him on the mound.
Now a little bit of a questionable call on that fastball right there. It appeared to miss off the outside just a little bit, according to the electronic strike zone, but that's the type of location where you kind of have to understand that it's close enough to where you don't want to put the fate of your at-bat in the hands of the umpire. He did, and he got burned.
Line drive, base hit. So a 2-out knock keeps the inning alive.
Couldn't have timed it up any better than that. Anytime you rip a line drive the other way, you feel really good about what you did at the plate. You trusted your hands, you let the ball travel, and you took the barrel straight to it. That's great work right there. And now they've got some speed on first, so we'll see if they try to get him into motion.
And here is Ezequiel Tovar. And that's a stolen base, not even close. Man on second, 2 down. Check swing, and he went. 1 ball, 1 strike.
1 ball, 1 strike.
The shortstop takes the ball. And that misses. And that's ball 3.
What's a good pitch there. Really had some run and finished a little up and in just on the edge. And that's one of those, if you swing at it, you hit a broken bat as you jog back to the dugout.
Man at second. Strike two.
Handful.
On the ground to third, and that's a fair ball. Coming home. He'll score, and it's an RBI single. It's 3-1.
Well, here we are, third time through the order, and this is where we see the OPS jump up. Manager might have to go to the bullpen a little bit sooner than he anticipated.
So 2 down. Ryan McMahon digging in for the Rockies. 0 for 2 in this one. A little bit high, and that's ball 1. And a swing and a miss.
I think he was a little excited there, saw the fastball, but needed a step ladder to get to that one. He's going to have to tighten it back up if he wants to have a good at bat.
The 1-1.
That's a ball.
One run across to the frame so far, and we're at the top of the 5th. Fouls one off. 2-2. Lined into right. Squeezes it, and that is that. So 1 run in the inning on this base hit, and this is now a 3-1 ball game. We head to the bottom of the 5th. Brandon Marsh steps to the plate.
Left fielder, Brandon Marsh.
And immediately pumps in a strike to the left-handed hitter.
Well, these Phillies doing a good job of putting the ball into play, and that makes things more challenging on the defensive side. The numbers tell us they're averaging more than a hit every inning, and they've only struck out twice. So,
oh, great grab on the dive.
that's what you got to have at the hot corner. Cat-like reflexes, line drive, caught by the third baseman as he dives. Terrific play.
So digging in now for Philadelphia, Johan Rojas. And that's through there for a strike. Base is empty, 1 away. Last half of inning number 5.
Come on, Phillies.
The 0-2. Foul off the plate. They'll do it again. One down, base is empty. Almost got him.
Straighten him up a little bit. Well, I think the key, I mean, if he can get through one more inning, anything after that, a hitter or two is bonus, but they should be lined up good enough to get to the finish line.
Got him swinging. And, Chris, that's a way to neutralize his speed by keeping him off base.
And the defense breathes a sigh of relief because he puts pressure on everyone if he can put the ball in play. But that's how you do it. Keep him off balance, get him out of there, and deal with the next guy.
And now the switch hitting catcher, Rafael Marchand. And that one clips the corner.
0-1.
Line drive. That's a base hit. And now a 2-out opportunity for Kyle Schwarber.
Showed a willingness to drive that pitch the opposite way. Didn't get jumpy, didn't try to pull the ball. He let it get deep, took the barrel right to it, and then extended through the swing for the line drive base hit.
So the lineup flips over. Kyle Schwarber comes up to hit here. 1 for 2. Outside low. 1-0. Marchand leads off first with 2 down to the inning. Right through there for a strike. Next pitch, a slider that misses outside.
Pretty easy to give up on that pitch right there. Started on the edge of the plate with the spin. You know it's going to finish well off the plate.
That's in there. 2-2.
That pitch started in and ended up on the outside edge. Just changing planes and very difficult, especially for a left-handed hitter to track.
Alec Bohm in the on-deck circle, hoping to get a chance to make a big impact here. And ball 4, 2 aboard.
His ability to draw walks has been something that's been part of his career since day one.
First and second, 2 outs. And now for the Phillies, Alec Bohm. In the dirt. Runners stay put. That's ball 1. First activity in the bullpen for the Rockies, Jake Bird up and loosening in the pen. Peralta warming up as well. That's a base hit. Around third. Now a long throw home. It's off the mark and he scores.
Well, there you go. The RBI machine. Another clutch run scoring at bat.
Yeah, he's been so good in these situations. Call it clutch if you want, but his resume speaks for itself. So Harper stands in. And that one fouled off. Hard hit left side. They get the force. That ends the inning and stops things from getting out of hand. But the RBI single pushes across a run. It's now a 3-2 ball game. You're dialed into the show. We're back, and they make a change to start the 6th. The new pitcher, Christopher Sanchez, ready to make his season debut, and it comes at a high leverage spot. Hunter Goodman digging in for the Rockies.
The designated hitter, Hunter Goodman.
Little chopper rolls foul.
All these Rockies really impressing me with the quality of their at-bats in this one. It's been fun getting a chance to see them go to work. They really made that opposing starter work in this one. Ran his pitch count up, and now they've got an opportunity to continue making things difficult on the bullpen.
Sharp grounder, that's through for a base hit. So a man on base to start the inning.
Up next for Colorado, first baseman Michael.
And now the first baseman, Michael Tolia. A strikeout and a walk. That misses the zone, and it's 1-0.
And no, they haven't broken through in a big way in the runs column, but with the way they're grinding out at bats, it definitely feels like there's potential for more coming.
Delivers a pitch in for a strike at 95. That's outside. Activity in the bullpen. Tanner Banks appears to be getting loose. Kirkering getting cranked up as well. Runner at first with no outs here.
Three balls.
This one
strike.
in the dirt. Swing and a ball hit out towards left center field. Nice grab on the run. And there's one down.
That's just a really nice catch on the run right there. He saved extra bases for sure. If the pitcher's his friend, he'll give him a second to catch his breath before he's ready to deal the next pitch.
Now it's going to be Nick Martini. That one fouled off. Man at first, one away. That's too low. 1-1. Just off the outside edge. And now the count filled up 3-2. Fouled off, and they'll do it again. Now he breaks his bat. Boom. Feeds to second. Out there. Not in time at first. It's a fielder's choice. Jordan Beck, the next to hit. And a foul ball. In the dirt, blocked. Martini off of first with 2 away. Missed with a changeup. 2-2.
Recognize that changeup right out of the hand. Just spit on it.
Two outs. This to center field. Rojas. Long run on his horse. Got it. Nice grab. And that is that. They get a leadoff single but leave him stranded. To the bottom of the 6th we go. 4, 5, 6 coming up. It's the Rockies 3 and the Phillies 2. Back now for the bottom of the 6th, and there's a new pitcher on the mound, Victor Vodnik.
Still a lot of game left, and this game could go either way. So this is a big opportunity for him to get some important outs and try to help carry this lead into the later innings.
Nick Castellanos at the plate now. First pitch misses. outside with a breaking ball.
He hasn't wanted to challenge him. Both of those pitches off the plate away. Don't expect anything down the heart of the plate. You may just have to be patient and take your walk here.
And a foul ball makes the count 2-1. That's inside.
I almost feel like he's frustrated a little bit. He wants to be challenged.
Bryson Stott in the on-deck circle, hoping to get a chance to make a big impact here. Out in front and foul to the left side. Got him swinging. It's a strikeout. Couldn't catch up to the heater.
Came inside with that two-strike fastball nicely and just bunched him up on the inside part of the plate. Couldn't get around on it and catch it out front. Many times if you do, it's a foul ball. And you know, a lot of pitchers, they really don't like working inside with two strikes because they do not want to hit that batter. And when they've got him up against the ropes, got to figure out a way to put him away. Did a nice job right there.
Now a chance for Bryson Stott.
That's a ball.
That's a little bit low. Home team down a run here in the bottom of the 6th.
Ball. That's inside.
He's great hitting the ball the other way, and that pitch did a good job to straighten him up a bit. Mission accomplished.
One down, Phillies down a run.
Ball 3.
And another ball.
3-0.
Downstairs, and it misses. Ball 4.
It's tough after falling behind a hitter, 2 balls and no strikes, but now at least he gets a fresh start against a new batter. But he needs to get back into the strike zone and start pitching with conviction.
Sosa at the plate now, and that's inside.
This is one of those situations the infielders have to pre-plan and understand that the ball's got to be hit extremely hard right at them if they're going to have a chance to go for a double play.
Move to first. Stop. Back on a dive. 1-run game. 1 out. 1 on. There's a strike.
Well, that's really the money spot. Down and away. If you can locate that consistently, it's going to be real tough for hitters to square that up. That's what you love to see relievers do coming out of that bullpen.
In the air, right field. Martini brings it in, and there's 2 down.
Now that is left fielder, Brandon Marsh.
Here comes the skipper, and we're going to see a pitching change in this spot. Victor Vodnik done for the day, and he leaves in a 1-run game. New pitcher coming on. We'll be back in a minute.
Now pitching for
The left-hander on now, Scott Alexander.
And this is an important part of this game. Tight score and still a lot of outs to get. So they're looking for a big outing out of him right here to get some critical outs.
And digging in for Philadelphia, Brandon Marsh.
And remember, he was absolutely robbed of a base hit last time up.
Step off throw to first.
No, he's in.
And he's back in safely. That one misses. Ball 1. Foul ball there. Here's the pitch. Runner goes.
That's it.
There's the ball. Safe at second, and that was not close. Comes up empty. That's strike two.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
Smash to the left side. Sends it to Tolia, and that is that. A strong showing from the Colorado bullpen. We're through 6 full. It's the Rockies 3 and the Phillies 2. Welcome back. We're in the 7th. We have a new pitcher on the mound, Orion Kerkering.
Just trying to keep this one close here, and this is where a bullpen can give their players a chance to fight back into the game.
Well, 1-run game. Jacob Stallings digging in for the Rockies. Ground ball left side. Zips it across. 1 up, 1 down.
Up next for Colorado, second baseman Tyler Freeman.
Here's the second baseman, Tyler Freeman.
Hey, Phillies, come on. Let's see it, Philadelphia.
And that's
Yep,
off
that
the
ball went
outside
out.
edge. And that's ball 1. Base is empty, 1 away. Here in the top half of inning number 7. And a foul ball. Up and in, and a count 2-1. Swing, and this one's bounced to the ground. Sosa whips it to first on the run. Nicely done for the out.
Now batting center fielder Brenton Doyle.
Here's the center fielder, Brenton Doyle. 1 for 3. Singy, you got to appreciate a guy who's this good defensively. I mean, watching him track balls in the outfield, it is beautiful. Just missed.
He's so solid, calms the heart rate of the pitcher and the manager when the ball goes up in the air. You just automatically assume that it's an out every time it's hit in the air. There's one guy that I can think about, Boog, who started as a third baseman, Alex Gordon, and then became an elite perennial gold glover out in left field for the Kansas City Royals. But he's a guy, when you watch him play, you would imagine that that's all he ever played in his life was the outfield.
To the right side, stop. Throws to first in time. It's a 1-2-3 inning for the Rockies. 1-2-3 go the Rockies. But they still lead at 3-2. Bottom of the 7th. So digging in now for Philadelphia, Johan Rojas.
Well, we call that
0-1's the count.
keyholing. Even though it's right there and looks pretty good, if he doesn't love it, he's not going to swing that early in the count.
That's off the inside corner, and the count is 1-1. And that's
2
too
balls,
high.
1 strike.
Looking to get the tying run on base.
Ball 3.
Back-to-back breaking pitches away, you get the feeling as a hitter that the pitcher's afraid of you, that he doesn't want to challenge you. So I think the confidence level is raised right here.
Next pitch in for a strike, and now it's 3-2.
And boy, that was the pitch. 3-1. You want to be really aggressive on the fastball.
We'll see another payoff pitch. Fights it off. He'll see another. Fouled off again, and it remains 3-2. Gets a piece there. We'll do it again. Check swing. Now we'll look down to first. No swing. He held up just enough. That's ball 4.
Well, that right there could end up being a big walk in this game. He's certainly a threat on the bases, especially with them looking to tie this thing up.
Marchand in the box for the 3rd time today as he takes that one off the plate. Hammered down the line. Base hit. And now runners at the corners. Nobody out.
That's back-to-back singles for him. He really shot that one down the right field line and somehow found a way to keep it from slicing foul. One thing that was great about the approach, his head was down all the way through the pitch, and that's how you do it. Now a pretty big at-bat coming up with a chance to even this ball game up.
And now Kyle Schwarber steps up in a critical moment. First pitch, and he just misses.
In the infield at the corners, don't be surprised to see them come home first and prevent that run from scoring.
On the outside corner for a strike. And the count 1-1. Up the middle, and it finds its way through for a hit. In comes the run from 3rd, and it's an RBI single, and this game is tied in the 7th.
Huge at bat to bring home the tying run at this point in the game. Just kept it simple, played pepper with the middle of the infield, and took it back where it came from, and there's just no one there to knock it down. Now that sets up a huge at bat in this ballgame.
Manager out of the dugout, and he's going to make a change. Scott Alexander is done, and the line not closed on him yet as he's responsible for the runners on base. Back with a new pitcher after this. Jake Bird into the game. He's making his 2nd appearance of the season. First and second, no outs. Here's the 3rd baseman, Alec Bohm. In there at the knees for a strike. That one outside, and 1-1. Tap foul at the plate. Go ahead run at second. Here at the bottom of the 7th. That misses the zone. It's 2-2. And it's fouled off. They'll do it again. And that's outside.
At this point in the game, you cannot issue free passes. He's going to have to challenge this hitter. Hitter's got to be ready to swing it.
Bryce Harper in the on-deck circle, hoping to get a chance to make a big impact here. 3-2 now. Line, and that's a base hit. Runner around third on his way to the plate. He'll score easily. It's an RBI single, and they take the lead in the seventh.
Love how he became a really tough out with 2 strikes right there. Just a cookie down the middle. I mean, those are the ones you dream about. The ones in the cage, you're just hoping you get in the ball game. Right down the middle, not a whole lot of velocity, right on top of it.
So here is Bryce Harper. And that's off the inside edge. Ball 1. Just missed.
Could be some action here on this next pitch. Couple runners on. Probably a challenge pitch coming.
First and second here, no outs. Next offering is downstairs. The Rockies have some action in the pen. Jimmy Herget getting loose out there. And they're all loaded up.
Ball 4.
Definitely lost the handle during that sequence. 4 pitches for the walk, and that last one didn't even threaten the zone. Catcher might want to go talk to him.
So bases all loaded up. Here's Nicholas Castellanos. Golden opportunity right here.
Boog, this has been a good one. A really good game to this point, and huge opportunity with the bases loaded.
Just missed.
Well, this is a tough situation with the bases loaded, but the healthiest mindset is just try to get outs, 1 hitter at a time.
Cracks his bat and pops him up. Sliding, and he grabs it.
Well, that's a frustrating at bat right there. Big opportunity and just missed it. I know he wanted to do some damage. Next guy will have to pick him up.
Now it's the second baseman, Bryson Stott. Late swing, foul to the left. One out, bases full. Hit hard, should be extra bases. 1 runs in. Now a second crosses the plate. Here comes Harper around third. He's safe, and they clear the bases.
His confidence level is so high. Really nice job of coming through in a big spot.
I'll tell you, when you smoke a line drive into the gap like that, I mean, sure, home runs are king, but I feel like nothing makes you feel like a true professional hitter more than a bolt the other way.
Manager out of the dugout now, and he'll make a move to dip into the Rockies bullpen. Jake Bird will depart, and he's responsible for the runner on second, so the book isn't closed on him yet. We'll be right back. A new arm into the game, the righty, Jimmy Herget.
Jimmy Herget.
One out, runner at second. Now it's the shortstop, Edmundo Sosa. Inside move to second, and he dives back in safely. Ball 1, no strikes. Still only 1 out here in the inning. Up the middle, and it finds its way through for a hit. Here's the throw to the plate. It's offline. The run comes in, and the lead is up to 5.
Well done. Drives in the run. Timing on the swing was good. Able to shoot the ball up the middle. Didn't square it up as much as he probably would have liked, but that's a good approach, paying off.
So a man at first. Here's the left fielder, Brandon Marsh. There's a strike. Herget, a 6'3" righty, 31 years old, and he was a 6th round draft pick back in 2015. Yo, 1. Foul ball. And 1-2.
1 ball, 2 strikes to count.
Sosa stands at first with 1 out.
Ball 2.
Breaking ball inside. And that's ball 3.
That's a really good take right there. Slider down and in. Very difficult to get on the same plane and do anything with.
Foul ball, and it remains a full count. Slashes this one, and it could be trouble. Lead runner touches second, headed for third. Coming home. He will score.
That's now 3 hits in a row for the offense. He got a pitch he could get to out front, kept his back through the ball, and didn't pull off or roll his hands over. And that allowed him to rip that ball down the line for the double.
Man at second with 1 away. And now the center fielder, Johan Rojas. In the dirt, and that is ball 1. And right back to the mound. Throw to first in time.
Now batting, the catcher, Rafael Marchand.
And now for the Phillies, Rafael Marchand. A swing and a miss, and that's strike 1.
It's amazing to look up and see 88 miles per hour on that changeup. Back in the day, that was a pretty good fastball. But with high velocities these days, that speed differential is right where it needs to be.
That one missing inside.
And that's awfully close. I don't know how you take that. He's seeing the ball out of the pitcher's hand really well right now.
Got him looking. That one ends the onslaught and the inning. But they take the lead on a huge 7-run outburst. 8th inning coming up. It's the Phillies 9 and the Rockies 3. Well, this game isn't very close, Singy. Let's see if we got any messages from those tuning in today.
I know we got some good stuff in there.
Singy, where do you stand on the wave?
Well, the wave of star players in MLB or the wave around this ballpark?
The wave around the ballpark.
I think it's a little outdated. I'm more of a Thundersticks guy.
And that's not outdated? One of the things, though, that we've seen that is kind of a thread really in every sport, these are the elite players, and so they adjust, and they've done a great job adjusting.
Absolutely, and just you tip your cap to these guys because not an easy adjustment, but they look like they've been doing it their entire lives.
Out to short. Handles, throws to first. Leadoff man is out here in the 8th.
Up next for Colorado, third baseman Ryan McMahon.
Ryan McMahon will hit next. 0 for 3 in this one. One down, base is empty.
That's a ball.
In there for a strike at the bottom of the zone.
Man, this guy's got a great feel for his breaking ball today.
Foul ball, still a 1-2 count. The Rockies with a lot of ground to make up, and we're in the top of the 8th. Sets him down on strikes. Called strike 3 and a fastball up in the zone.
Well, he's going to have some thinking to do when he leaves the ballpark after this one. That was his 3rd strikeout, and this one looking, obviously, so he's been a little overmatched. He's got to find a way just to be more competitive up there at the plate.
Check swing on the first pitch. Appeal down to first. Yes, he did. That's a swing. Swings and misses. And that's strike 2.
2 strikes.
Spoils a 2-strike pitch, and he'll see another. And that one way outside. Now 1-2. Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball. Next one in the dirt. And a foul ball. He stays alive. Good battle here. About to be the 8th pitch of the at-bat. In the dirt, and it's a full count.
Wow, this guy's really battling up there as if his run is the game-winning run. I love his tenacity.
Outside, and that is ball 4. That's a great at-bat. He saw a lot of pitches and earned a walk.
Well, that's a nice job of grinding out that at-bat. Saw a lot of pitches and ends up drawing the walk. Very gritty.
Man at first. Next is switch hitting first baseman Michael Tolia. First pitch doesn't find the zone. Goodman, the runner at first with 2 gone. Swing and a miss. And it's 1-2.
When you throw a fastball by a guy like that, I imagine it's got to feel incredible. Look for him to throw it again at some point.
This one popped up. Stock settles underneath it. Nabs it. And that is that. This one pretty well decided at this point. Home half of inning number 8 straight ahead. It's the Phillies 9 and the Rockies 3. Back here, Citizens Bank Park, on to the bottom of the 8th, and now the DH, Kyle Schwarber. Herget back to work. Just missed. Next offering is in for a strike. And it's fouled away. Fights that one away. Still 1-2. Gets a piece and stays alive. The 1-2.
2-2 to count.
Got him swinging. Couldn't catch up to the heater. And now it's Alec Bohm.
Third baseman, Alec Bohm.
Swing and a high fly ball down the right field line. Martini hauls it in, and there's 2 away.
As good as he's seeing the ball out of the pitcher's hand, you cannot hang a breaking ball right there. Lucky it stayed in the ballpark.
2 outs, base is empty. Here comes Bryce Harper. Fastball for a strike.
Well, they say it's the best pitch in baseball. Strike one. You get ahead on a good hitter as well. Gives you a little bit more confidence to move through the at-bat.
And that one a little below the knees. 1-1. 2 down, nobody on. Here, the bottom half of the 8th inning. Gets to it with a slide. Fires to first, and that's a great play for the out. Offense held in check there through 8 full. It's the Phillies 9 and the Rockies 3.
Now pitching.
Carlos Hernandez on to pitch out of the pen here.
And he's got a nice lead to work with, so he should come in throwing strikes, attacking these hitters.
Now it's the right fielder, Nick Martini.
Right fielder, Nick Martini.
And ball one to the right fielder.
So I can't play around with him here. It's a 6-run lead at this point. Got to attack hitters, even if you give up a solo shot.
Next offering upstairs. That one pushed foul out of play off to the left. Lifted in the air, right center field. Rojas sizes this one up, and there's one away.
Left fielder,
Jordan Beck digging in for the Rockies. And a first pitch fastball is in for a strike. Meanwhile, activity in the bullpen. Jose Alvarado, the left-hander, up and throwing. Banks also throwing. One down, base is empty. Swinging a foul straight back. Ground ball up the middle. Now only one out remaining.
Now batting, catcher Jacob Stallings.
Jacob Stallings digging in for the Rockies. That's in for a strike on the outside corner. 0-1. And there's a strike. Good heater at 98.
Well, he didn't like those first 2 pitches. Now in an 0-2 hole. He's going to have to battle. Hope he gets a mistake.
Hernandez is just 1 strike away. And that's down and away. drive, and that's a base hit out into center field. So he gets on base and keeps it going.
Up next for Colorado.
So in now for Colorado, Tyler Freeman. Pitch misses, and that's ball one. And there's a base hit to left. Throw stops the lead runner at second. 2 on and 2 out.
Oh, that'll make you feel good as a hitter right there. There was nothing cheap about the way he got that one through the infield. That was ripped. Caught out in front and didn't get under it like he would have liked, but definitely put a good swing on it.
Digging in, Brenton Doyle. And that's way high. And it's 1-0. Pulls that one foul. Stallings, the lead runner at second. Freeman on at first with 2 down. In the dirt.
Aye. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
On the ground, and this should do it. Throw to first. Ball game. And the Phillies take this one in a blowout.
That was a pretty close one until that huge 7th inning really turned things around. The bats just caught on fire, and it seemed like nobody could make it out. Put a lot of runs up, and that propelled them to the win.
9-3 your final here in this one. For Chris Singleton and our entire outstanding crew here at MLB The Show, I'm John Shambi. Thanks for joining us.